Alright guys, we are back with another video. Sorry I've been kind of MIA lately. I just honestly wasn't kind of feeling inspired by any makeup. I just kind of took a small break. But we're gonna get into this first video because my favorite thing, the drugstore released another foundation. This is the Revlon Colorstay Full Cover Foundation Matte. And I got the color 210 Sand Beige. It says 24 hours. So on the back it says full coverage foundation up to 24-hour wear, no caking or fading, lightweight and blends seamlessly. This foundation was $13.99. It's 1 fluid ounce and they had 16 shades on the display. I don't know if they have more, sometimes they have more online, but on the display they had 16 shades. The only thing that was kind of annoying, like the color is like obviously supposed to be this color that you can see. It's not see-through, that's just like the color of the packaging. And the colors all looked really similar, which was kind of hard to choose. So I ended up just grabbing one because I had just had it. So I'm not even sure if this matches me. We will see. Let's just get into it. I have just woken up. My hair is not done. I'm actually in my robe. But this is how I put on my makeup. And I really, sometimes when I go to film, I'm like, oh, do I really have to get like fully dressed with earrings and hair done when that's not what I typically do when I'm first putting on my foundation? After my makeup's all done, then I get dressed, but so I don't know, we'll see. But today I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna own it and film in my robe. Anyways, yeah, so let's give this a go. I do like that it's a squeezy tube and the product just kind of comes right out on my hand. It does look like it's a whipped texture, like it's not liquidy at all. Love that it's a squeezy tube. Those are one of my favorites. I think this might be a good match. And I feel, let's just dot it on my skin. I feel like this Sand Beige is a true neutral. This might be way too much, but we're just gonna own it. It doesn't pull pink or yellow. Like it's a true neutral, which is kind of nice because it's hard to find a neutral in the drugstore. I'm gonna do half with the beauty blender and half with the brush. So we will see how this works. I actually have a few, well, I don't know how many Revlon foundations I have that I kept. I just did a huge declutter of all my foundations and I didn't keep very much, but I do believe I did keep the, you guys know if you've watched my channel, the Colorstay Whipped in the Jar is one of my favorite foundations. And this almost feels like it, like the whipped texture and the neutral shades. Revlon is really good for doing neutral shades. So if you have a hard time and you're with finding shades that are truly neutral and not pulling any sort of color, this literally matches me like perfection. Anyways, if you're having a hard time finding neutral foundations, because I actually think neutral skin tone is really hard to work with because most foundations are either warm or cool. Your skin can be neutral and kind of pull a certain color. Mine's neutral and pulls a little bit yellow, but it's mainly neutral. But you can have a hard time finding foundations, and Revlon's actually fairly good at that. Honestly, that blended like heaven. Like heaven. So let's try it with the foundation brush. And just so you know, the blender I used is the L'Oreal one, and the brush I'm using is Makeup Geek Foundation Stippling Brush. I was kind of on a brush kick for a long time, but now that it's summer, I'm kind of back to my beauty blender. Okay, so actually both worked perfectly. They both look great on the skin, to be honest, so it does blend seamlessly. So check one for Revlon. Wasn't that one of the things they said? Blend seamlessly. Perfect, you do blend seamlessly. I really love it. It's not super tacky. Actually, this side is a little bit because it hasn't dried down yet. And I have not put a primer on because I really wanted to give this foundation its full, you know, see how it does with pores. Okay, so, I mean, the color is beautiful. I can't stress enough how much this application is beautiful. The color is beautiful. It's a true neutral. At least this 210 Sand Beige is a true neutral, which is really nice. So I'm gonna go put on the rest of my makeup. I'll be right back and we'll see how makeup applied over top of it. I'll let you know if I set it And then we'll do check-ins throughout the day to see if this lasts. I am not gonna wear it for 24 hours, so we won't find out if it's 24-hour wear. Oh, but let me zoom you in, like really close, so you can like get a full view. It literally is just kind of melted into my skin. It looks exactly like skin. Is it the fullest coverage? No, like you can still see my, you know, freckles, but it has gotten rid of, like I have some veins, it has gotten rid of that. So I would say medium, but maybe you could build it up. So I will be back with all my makeup on in a bit. Okay guys, I am back. I have my makeup on, I got dressed, you know, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I did not put powder on top of it except for under my eyes because I didn't want to compromise it. And I really wanted to see if it truly is good for dry skin. Right now it looks like it still has that natural finish. It doesn't look matte, like more like a demi-matte, how it's a little more natural. And again, it still is holding that perfect neutral tone. It has not oxidized at all, which is great. Powders on top of it applied well. It wasn't sticky, nothing stuck to it. I am loving this foundation, but my only thing is I do find it is extremely similar to the Revlon Colorstay Whipped. It's even got that same whipped moussey texture. The texture and the finish is very similar. So if you do already like the Revlon Colorstay Whipped, hi, say hi.
Hi.
Then you will like this Revlon Colorstay full cover. I don't necessarily think that it has more coverage, to be honest. Hi, my love. But we're gonna do check-ins throughout the day, so I will be back and we'll see how it wore. The things that we are looking for are, is it good for dry skin because I have dry skin? Does it stay on all day? And does it crease because I do have fine lines? So is it gonna crease into my fine lines? We will see, and let's see if it lasts all day, especially around my chin and my nose where it tends to wear off. I would love for it to stay a little longer. Obviously, that's what I always hope a foundation will do, is stay a little longer. But yeah, we will see. I will see you guys throughout the day to check in on this foundation. See you guys in a bit. Bye. All right, guys, it is now 5:30 at night. Now, I put this makeup on, I want to say at 11. I always forget to like tell you what time it is. But I left at around 12, so I put the foundation on, then my makeup, and got ready. So I probably put my foundation on around 11 o'clock, and I actually have been outside, and it is so hot today. Let's see what the temperature is. 83 degrees, so it's been 83 degrees outside, and I have been in direct sunlight. I mean, on and off shade and direct sunlight, but for a good numerous of hours. So let's see how this foundation held up. Let me look. So there is a little bit of wearing off right around my nose and my chin, which is pretty typical for foundations. Not my favorite, but again, typical. It didn't settle into fine lines majorly. It did a little bit, which is to be expected, but nothing like crazy noticeable. Again, I still don't think it's a matte finish, but it hasn't got any more luminous or dewy than it was when I originally put it on, which is kind of nice, because at least it's consistent with that. Again, I don't think it's full coverage, but it actually held up really nicely. Like really nicely. Just around the nose and the chin. I'll zoom you guys in so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see, but right around my nose is kind of wearing off right in the crease. Can you see how red it is? And then just a little bit on my chin, but if you can see like my creases on my forehead, like it's not like insane, or these ones, it's actually not bad. So this foundation is actually not bad at all. I would give this a thumbs up. Like, I will continue to use this foundation. Is it full coverage with a cakey feeling to it? No. Is it full coverage? It could be. I didn't build it up because it's just summertime and I don't tend to want to wear a lot of makeup on my face, but it might be buildable to full, you know, that you might be able to build it up to full coverage. But is it matte? No, I believe it almost looks exactly like skin, which I actually like more than matte, and it doesn't continue to get dewy. I mean, I was outside 4 hours and I'm not like sweaty or dewy, so it does maintain its finish, which I would say is more natural or demi-matte than matte. Honestly, I could see it lasting 24 hours because it has been, I mean, hours and hours in the baking heat, and it has lasted through that. So I can imagine it actually lasting through to 24 hours. Should you ever wear your makeup 24 hours? No. But should the need ever arise and you need a makeup to last 24 hours? It might work. Good for dry skin. Yes. Excellent for dry skin. I mean, you can see a little bit of dryness on my nose coming out, but the only thing I would do is probably just take a beauty blender. Let's just do this now and see how it looks, and kind of just, you know, because it almost just gets like creasy and cakey between my nose. Let's see if I could apply another layer. Let's just see if I can just do a teeny bit. I'm just gonna put like the teeniest little smudge on the bottom of my beauty blender, or beauty sponge, as we talked about earlier. This is not a beauty blender, it's L'Oreal. And let's just see if I can put it on top without it looking cakey. So I layered a whole nother layer on top and around my nose, and it is not cakey at all. I mean, not even the slightest bit cakey. Like, I really love this. Let's go ahead and set it and see what it does, because I don't normally set, but let's just try it and see if it looks cakey. Just a little bit. Oof, you can see powder going everywhere. Let's set a little bit around my nose. Do that. Okay. And just so you know, I'm using the LA Girl Pro Powder HD High Definition Setting Powder. It looks like that. No, it doesn't look cakey at all. This is a really good foundation to be, especially be able to put another layer on after hours of use. Oh, it's a really good foundation, guys. Really good. So what I'm gonna do, this is the last good view you'll get. I can do another check-in tonight, but it may be getting dark and I use natural lighting, so it may not be the best lighting, but let's see how many hours. So if we put it on at 11 and it's already 5:30, it's already 6.5 hours. Let me see, it's Friday night, so let's see how long I can wear this for and see how long it lasts. So I may come back, we may be in bad lighting, but we're gonna see if this foundation lasts for a good couple more hours. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye. All right, guys, it is the end of the night. I'm kind of using some unnatural lighting. This is not natural lighting. But I told you I would come to you because I wanted to see how long it would last. It is like 10:30. It looks the exact same. Like it looks the exact same. And it doesn't even look any more cakey around my nose or around my chin or anything. It really does look great. I mean, this is a great foundation. It's 10:30. How many hours is that? I don't know. Great foundation. This is like way thumbs up. I gotta go. But thanks for watching this video. Please like if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.